welcome back to part 2 of this series on our recreational pond build here in Grimsby, Ontario. We are getting ready to dig our constructed wetland filter today, and we have the pond in, which looks incredible. So I'll give you a quick walk around of what we've done so far and what we're planning to finish up on this video and show you guys the final results here. So let me spin you around and show you what we have. So quick on our constructed wetland filter here, we have it all marked out. We are doing a 10 by 15 constructed wetland filter for this pond here. It's going to go about 4.5 feet deep up in this section, and basically it's going to be part of our waterfall and stream. So right there, that's our weir rock, and there's another weir rock for our waterfalls coming into the pond. So it's going to be set back into our stream. Our stream is going to start up there somewhere. I'm going to generate a bit more soil up here yet to get that all figured out up there for our final waterfalls. But for now, that's our waterfall area with our wetland filter. And then this right here is what we have completed on our pond already. We got these beautiful large natural stone steps coming into the pond here. This is going to be a 2-foot deep area down in here. We have some really awesome architectural walls in here. This one's 2 feet tall. That one is 4 feet tall. So got these pieces of flagstone here. They are the same stone as these large slabs, and they have some little copper tones in them, which will be important in a minute, and I'll tell you why for a few reasons. But this is going to be 4 feet high. There's going to be a flagstone little pad coming off of our stamped concrete up there. We have our intake bay all in there as well. We have some beautiful weathered limestone coming up at the top in here, and we have a little bit of granite in here in the bottom to just help with the water chemistry a little bit. But yeah, so some really awesome stones in here. And all these spaces in here, first of all, we have our jets run through all the back here. Because our waterfall is coming up through there and our intake is over there, there's a relatively short-circuited circulation route in here. So we added a whole bunch of jets on this side to keep it well circulated on this side. So that's why you can see all our jets running through here. But in these empty spots as well, we have some Corten steel planters going in. So that's why I mentioned the copper tones of this. So they will kind of tie in with the copper tones of the Corten steel in here. And we also have some really cool little copper tones just in these weathered limestone as well. So yeah, it's gonna look really awesome. We have, basically it's a clean edge going in here. So we have a plate that's gonna be slid in. We're gonna notch these into our rocks in here. So there's 1, 2, it's gonna be 2 in the bottom, so 3, 4 over there, and then there's gonna be 1 up in there as well, as all planters in this area. So yeah, this project is turning out amazingly, really awesome. And yeah, we got a lot of work to do yet, so we're gonna be getting going digging on that today. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow and the next few days, so we gotta maybe take a long day and get all our rock work in, so we're not making too much of a mess with all the rain. But yeah, so better get started because you know, wetland filters don't dig themselves. So here we go. So it's about noon, 12 o'clock today, and we got our wetland completely dug. We are just spreading a layer of sand on everything here because the soil conditions are not the greatest here. So a little extra protection underneath the liner and fabric. So after this is done, everything's almost done in the corner there, we're going to come in with a rock pad on top of everything, and then a large piece of liner that's going to go from all the way here, all the way up to the top of our waterfall up there. And here, we're going to do an overlap. So this liner here is going to come down like that, and then the other liner is going to sit on top of this liner. And we're going to have our 6 inches overlap there. We're going to be 6 inches above water height for our overlap there. So that will be enough so that the water in the pond is not going to travel up and disappear inside of the soil here. So little update here on our recreational pond project. Things are moving right along. We got our Corten seal planters in today. They look incredible, and we are pebbled into the pond. Tomorrow we'll be filling it up. So before we fill it up with water, I wanted to take you around and show you what it looks like. All right, so here you got our entrance point. We got our really cool pathway going around to the fire pit back there, and stairs take you in the pond. We got a nice landing spot here with some flagstone, and then our Corten steel planters, which look really cool. We cut each one individually. We cut rocks on each side, so they fit perfectly in these rocks on each side, and then we have some nice sedges in here. And then behind over here, got a light shining up on the sedges with the service spray behind it, which will look really awesome. So again, we cut the rocks for the Corten steel to fit right into them, which fits seamlessly into this pond. We got it all pebbled. We got our really cool architectural walls there with the overhanging flagstone patio, which looks really cool as well. And we got our wide angle 9-watt lights in our walls here with our jets on the bottom. We got our beautiful cuts in here Our intake bay, we just have a filter pad on right now. So tomorrow when we run it, that'll pull out some of the fine sediment that will be floating around in here. This spot is going to be a couple lilies in here, as well as that one. We pebbled in that one. We'll just move the pebble around, and we can drop 2 lilies in there, and then 2 lilies will be going in here. And again with this one here, that service berry up there is going to be planted right here. We got a light right here. It's going to shine up. So you get the grasses in the foreground and the service berry in the background and the Corten steel in front of it as well. So we'll be pebbling that. And then our beautiful waterfall we'll be getting running tomorrow. Got water coming off of here, off of this one here. We got a little bit of edge work to do yet over there, and we're going to be mulching everything tomorrow as well, hopefully. And yeah, one more thing here, planting this up with some tropicals. We're gonna get the roots down into the wetland filter. So this is our wetland filter right in here. So from about the weeping pine there to here, back around to here, that's our wetland filtration system, constructed wetland filtration system. This is our clean out here. You can see that there's water in there right now. We're gonna be using that water tomorrow to wash and rinse everything down here. Get all as much dirt and sediment out of here as possible before we get water in here and running it. So that's exciting for us. We do have to hook up this fitting here yet. I gotta grab a union for that. And yeah, things are looking pretty incredible here. All the Corten steel will be turning that rusted color there that you see on that guy. And then those guys have started the rusting process. We've been spraying them all day, but they got a little warm, so the stuff wasn't penetrating very well. So we'll do that again tomorrow morning. And that is our little walkthrough before we fill this thing up. We also got all our plantings in, as you can see up there, which are starting to naturalize this waterfall a little bit. I'm really looking forward to turning this on tomorrow. So stay tuned. Welcome back. It's been about 2 weeks and we are finally back here taking some final shots and a final walkthrough of our beautiful 20 by 25 recreation pond. Come on back and check it out. All right, so we are back on this beautiful stamped concrete patio here, and as you can see, we have a beautiful recreation pond here. So we got, first off, our steps going into the pond. So we got 4 beautiful steps here and goes to a little pad there where we have some beautiful flagstone to kind of hang out on. As you can see to the left of that, we got a couple lilies as well. They're just popping to the surface. So those are beautiful, and they're gonna fill up that whole area in there. If you look down the side here, we got a beautiful little curve here with our Corten steel. So what we did with this Corten steel is we carved it into the rocks. We took our stone saw and just slit down into this rock and slid the piece down, and then we did it on each side, and voila, we got a beautiful planter. We got some carex grasses inside of the planter. They are kind of a lime green, which look great to contrast the copper tones of the actual planter itself too. So let's come on over here down our pathway. We installed this pathway. It used to be straight back to this fireplace area. You can see they have a bit of a hangout spot back there. What we did, it's a much more beautiful walk now. Instead of just grass on both sides, you have the pond on your one side, and you can slow down and check that out as you walk past the waterfalls in the pond. If you look back from here at the extension of the patio that we did, it looks beautiful off of the stamped concrete over there. We've got our architectural wall underneath it, and it drops down 4 feet to the deepest part of the pond. So that looks amazing. What we did with all those architectural stones is we cut each one into the actual rock itself, and we set up 2 large weathered limestone boulders on each side, and perfectly shaped the rocks into there. So that looks like it's always been beautiful piece to look at when you're in the pond as well. If we look at our waterfall, beautiful waterfall, we have a ton happening over here in our waterfall area. We got a smaller drop, kind of a bigger drop, each falling in. This is kind of the main viewing point from inside the house. You see it from the whole back of the house as well. As we work up the waterfall, there's another split. This rock that I'm standing on is beautiful. It just kind of shapes out these two streams perfectly. We got some creeping jenny in here. We got some irises over here. We have a beautiful waterfall right here, kind of spilling in and around on itself. And this is where it splits around this rock as well. Farther up this stream, we have our wetland filter. This is what filters the whole entire pond. So this is called our constructed wetland filter. Up here, this is where our clean out is. So this lid simply twists off and you can go all the way down. It's about 5 feet deep from here. So easy, nice, easy maintenance to do. We got some nice taro plants around here, some tropical plants to pull nutrition out of the water as well. And then we got our first waterfall up top here. Nice big pooling area up here to naturalize the look. Again, we got a nice, beautiful, I forget what it's called now, pink plant, pink flowers, and a beautiful waterfall here. I really like this one. It kind of falls in on itself. This is just one rock on both sides, just had a depression in the middle, and the water perfectly falls in on itself. And then we have another waterfall to the right here. These are all viewable from inside the house as well. So this is our intake bay. This is where all the water gets drawn to and where the pumps draw from. So our pumps are actually located over there beside the house. This is basically where the debris is going to fall in, and it's just going to swirl around in here. You can see it with maybe this leaf right here. So it gets sucked in here and it just swirls around. I love the rock that I'm standing on as well. It's nice, flat, perfectly shapes out the intake bay here. And then we also have another Corten steel planter on the back side there with our carex grasses and our serviceberry up top. Looks really beautiful with the lights on, shining up here as well. And then we got a whole bunch of lilies in this area as well, which are gonna start greening up and make this area look beautiful. So if you look at the pond from this angle here, it is quite majestic. You have your two architectural walls there, and you can see the nice, beautiful weathered limestone boulders on each side, shaping out those architectural walls. And you can also see the Corten steel planters in the bottom of the pond as well, which just set this pond off. There's so many little details. We are very, very happy with how everything came together here. Lots of little details, and I think this turned out pretty awesome. So let me know if you would like one of these in your backyard, because I don't know who wouldn't. So see you next time.